And the final day of the league phase in the Women's Champions League is here. You've got 9 games all at the same time, 3 p.m. Eastern. You can stream these all on Paramount Plus with coverage starting at 1:30 p.m. We've got a special pre-match for an hour and a half and a special post-match for an hour and a half. A lot of action going on. But why don't we take you through the standings on how it looks after Matchday 5 going into this Matchday 6. I think we should start off with talking about this elimination zone because it's decided that St. Pölten, Roma, PSG, Benfica and Twente, they've all been eliminated from the competition. So it's really now up to Vålerenga, Leuven and Atleti who gets into that knockout round. No one's decided in this top 4 spot either. Anyone could get into, well, not anyone, but a lot of teams could kind of get into this. There's a lot of possible things happening. But just to take you through some reminders of how the league phase works, the top 4 go straight into the quarterfinals, 5 through 12 go into a knockout round playoffs, and then obviously if you're in 13 to 18, you're eliminated and out of the competition. That's St. Pölten, Roma, PSG, Benfica, Twente. Bit confusing, but we'll get there in the end. Matchday 6 is here. We've got 9 games going on at once, Hallie, which, as the women's game, we've never had before.
No.
Have you prepped? How are you feeling going into the 9-game streak? Because obviously, what one are you going to watch? How are you going to watch all of them?
I was hoping someone around here would be able to give me some advice. I do know which audio I want to listen to.
Okay.
We do have 2 matchups that are between eliminated teams, so those won't be my priority. But I don't know. I feel like I need eyes everywhere. At least there's a big desk of us. We can help each other out.
Yeah, exactly. We might need to get Nico after this show just to say, how do you handle it all? But like I said, Atletico Madrid, Leuven and Vålerenga are the 3 teams that are kind of in those knockout round or elimination spots.
2 spots for the 3 of them.
Who do you think will take the 2 out of 3?
Look, Vålerenga, they're sitting in 3rd of those. They need a win against Bayern. I don't think that's going to happen. Leuven, Atletico, I think they maintain the status quo. I don't think they're going to cause an upset either. But Vålerenga, they're missing arguably their best player in Karina Savic with a suspension from a red card Matchday 5 and missing her. I just don't see them being able to shock Bayern Munich.
Yeah, a win against Bayern Munich is a big ask. Atletico Madrid are my dark horse, so obviously I'd love them to get through. But also Leuven, we said it this whole league phase, we're loving
so
Leuven.
Fun. Loving Leuven.
Their debutantes, it would be absolutely amazing for them to make it into the next stage of this tournament, wouldn't it?
It would, and obviously they don't have to win to stay in that position, but to have a team like Leuven, the last time a Belgian team made it to the knockout phase was 2007, 2008. It's been this fairy tale to watch them. And it's so good for the competition because we've been disappointed by Roma, very disappointed, surprised by PSG, whether they're in transition phase or not. But this shows that Leuven, there are other teams in Europe. The competition is so good that they're ready to step up if other teams who maybe we would have predicted would go through, they're not playing at that level. So it's just been, they make you believe anything is possible, and I think we love that in the Champions League. So I really, really hope. I know we've been rooting for them,
haven't we?
And to only have 1 loss in the league phase against Barcelona. No one saw that coming.
The first time they've ever played in the competition is absolutely incredible.
Dream debut.
What's so great about this competition is we're now mirroring the men's format as well. So we're seeing this whole new, brand new league phase. And what's so exciting about it is we haven't got teams that are set in stone. We've obviously got the PSGs, the likes of the Romas who have been eliminated. But the top 4 isn't guaranteed yet. And all of the knockout elimination spots aren't guaranteed yet. So we've seen Arsenal, they're in that knockout round at the moment. They've won their last 4 games. We saw a bit of a dip in them at the start of the season, but now they're slowly getting back on track. Why is that? What's changed for this Arsenal side to win the last 4 matches in a row?
First, we have to recognize Alessia Russo. She has 9 goals across all competitions, 4 in the Champions League, which puts her tied for first. There are 7 players who are in the Golden Boot right now. But also, Kim Little coming back last week. Leah Williamson coming back this weekend. These are the captains,
the leaders
of the club.
Yeah.
Losing them was a huge blow and something that maybe hasn't been spoken about enough when we've talked about Arsenal. Do they have the grit? Are they playing with joy? They were missing their captains. And so having them back, I do think they've turned a corner. A resounding win against Leuven will solidify that case.
And also, we saw last year in the competition. They obviously went on to win it, but they didn't start the season off very well, did they? So they've mirrored that this season and getting back on track. I think it's restoring that faith and hope in them, and getting the leaders back definitely helps.
And I think these teams talk about congested schedules. They want to avoid the knockout playoffs. They want to go straight to the quarterfinals. That is a lot of motivation for Arsenal, for Real Madrid, for even Chelsea. Winning they're in, and they get to miss that. So these games are really important, and we have some exciting matchups, especially Juventus and Real Madrid.
Yeah, well, Juventus are playing Manchester United as well, so tomorrow. Manchester United are debutants in this competition, which is surprising. A lot of people would think, look at the Manchester United men's team, how much success they've had. The women are playing in this competition for the first time. And this lady here, Fallon Tullis-Joyce, the American goalkeeper, she got a fractured eye socket, which I can't even imagine to think the pain of that. But she is back. But since she's come back, she hasn't really come back the same player, has she?
There are definitely some question marks. She's had 3 games back. They have conceded a lot of goals. There was the first goal, match day 5 against Lyon, that it seemed like it was a header. It seemed like we're used to seeing her make those types of saves. But otherwise, I do think that these goals that Manchester United have conceded have been kind of a collective defensive breakdown. So what I would like to see from Fallon Tullis-Joyce, where the opportunity lies here, is for her to command and lead that back line, which they're definitely going to have to do. I don't know how much possession. They can't go into this after a huge, intense game against Tottenham, the 3-3 tie on the weekend, coming back from 3-0 down. I don't know how much juice they have left in the tank. And this player could be key to helping them make sure they're tight on their player, lift the line, checking their shoulders. That could be where she helps this team. And if they win, there is still a chance that they could make that top 4.
Yeah, I remember in match day 5, Manchester United played Wolfsburg and they lost 5-2. And we spoke about it, that it was kind of Manchester United were just gifting these goals to Wolfsburg. Do you think that's because they haven't played in this competition before? It's a completely different level to the WSL, and they're struggling to kind of keep their composure in the Champions League when they're up against the giants of Wolfsburg or Lyon, especially going into the next knockout round phase?
They started off so well. I think they won their first 3.
Yeah, we all thought top 4 for Man U.
I know. And honestly, I think the squad is thin.
Yeah.
Mark Skinner has mentioned it. This is a big transfer window for them. We've seen a couple of rumors, top players who could be joining the squad in January, but I think it is stretching them now to compete, and staying within reach of next season's Champions League, I think, is the priority. Now, they have already made it to the next round, to the playoffs, so making the top 4 is probably not as important as beating Tottenham would have been. And now they have another game after this, Tottenham again on the weekend. So it's just so many fixtures. So I do think the fatigue has definitely been probably what has been hurting them the most.
Yeah, we were worried about that going into this whole league phase, and we're kind of seeing that now. What about Chelsea, though? Because if they win tomorrow, they've made the top 4. They started off slowly. Kelly, it's her favourite. We always talk about them. They've got the likes of Naomi Girma, Alyssa Thompson, some Americans abroad. If they win tomorrow, they're in the top 4. A really good league phase for them.
It has been. They have been really strong. They have scored the same number of goals as Barcelona, conceded the least amount of goals in this league phase. The only question mark is just they haven't been, I won't say they're inconsistent, but they haven't been dominant in the WSL. So that makes you think, oh, is this a given? But I do think we will see a win. Their form in Europe has been so good. Again, I mentioned Alyssa Thompson didn't even play in the 6-0 defeat of Roma, and so I think they are ready for this game. But Wolfsburg, they have actually never beaten Wolfsburg in the Champions League.
Oh,
so
really?
This could be the time to change history.
Yeah, Chelsea have never won the Champions League either, so it'd be interesting to see. You know, they make the top 4 and they could go on to win the competition. Okay, match day 6 in the Women's Champions League is on tomorrow. All the games on at the same time, coverage beginning on Paramount Plus at 1:30. Ali and I will be on the show, so join us for that.
Thanks for watching this video from Morning Footy. For all news and insights regarding leagues around the world like EFL, Serie A, and all UEFA competitions, both men's and women's, don't forget to sign up for Paramount Plus.